Foreign aid is in crisis. For anyone watching the news, you would have seen President Trump pausing all US foreign assistance for 90 days from his first day in office. You would have seen the US Secretary of State saying that 83% of USAID programs had been cut, and that billions had been pulled from the international system. It didn't end there. About a month later, the UK announced cuts to their development programme. This follows several cuts announced by Germany in recent years and again last year, along with France. In fact, no less than 10 of the largest donor countries have cut or announced intentions to cut their foreign aid programmes. Joining all of this together, experts predict foreign aid will shrink by a quarter to a half by 2027. That's in just 2 years' time. We could have half the global foreign aid that we have today. What does this mean for Australia and our NGOs that work tirelessly to deliver humanitarian and development assistance? Just as importantly, what does this mean for local organisations and the communities they work with? The children whose school is now closed, the mother who has to deliver her child without medical care. We at ACFID did a survey to find out, and here's what we found. $400 million worth of programs, that's healthcare, education, shelter, water and sanitation, have been hit financially and are at risk of stopping, or in most cases have already stopped. Over 20 partner country offices have closed. Keep in mind that only 40% of our members responded to the survey. These figures are an understatement of impact. You could theoretically double these impacts. If we look at just one example, we see the devastation behind the figures. Due to funding cuts to an education project in Nepal, 307 girls cannot attend school anymore. This means these girls are now at higher risk of child marriage and trafficking. It means their future just got a whole lot more dire, and it just became so much harder for them to break the cycle of poverty. These stories of devastation are happening everywhere that Australian NGOs are working. In the Pacific, where disaster preparedness projects have been put on hold. Earthquakes and cyclones people were preparing for, that work has stopped. In Southeast Asia, where projects were helping children escape violence, those projects have been cut. In Africa, refugees in South Sudan were receiving life-saving essential food and medicine. That's been cut. The list goes on. So what can we do? Australians are known for their courage and kindness, as Foreign Minister Wong so eloquently put it. Humanitarian and development aid is perhaps one example where these Australian values shine best. We shouldn't shy away from that, even as others step back and competitors are stepping in to fill the gaps. Australia must work with what we can, where we can. We can fill the gap where Australian NGOs have been cut, particularly in our region. We can rebalance the aid program towards the foundations of development, the areas that have seen the biggest cuts from the US. We can work with our partners regionally and build connections, and we can do more of what we already do well and where our expertise are the most valuable. Read ACFID's incoming government brief to learn more about what our government can do, and for our analysis at ACFID of the USAID funding cuts, see the document on the ACFID website.